This is my first time ever reading in my entire life, so hopefully this goes well. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Just Soul, and in this video, we will be talking about kind of just all that's been happening in the past week, but mostly over the article that came out today. So I'm going to read it all the way through, and then I'm going to start stabbing at points. Our path forward. This has been one of the most difficult weeks in our studio's history, as we've parted ways with people we respect and admire. We've spent this week supporting one another, including those who are at the studio, as well as friends and colleagues who no longer are. We want to acknowledge the feedback and concerns you have about Lightfall in recent seasons, as well as your responses to the reveal of Final Shape. We know we have lost a lot of your trust. Destiny needs to surprise and delight. We haven't done this enough, and that's going to change. To us, the path forward is clear. We need to make the Final Shape an unforgettable Destiny experience. We want to build something that will be regarded alongside the best games we've ever made. A fitting culmination that honors the journey we've been on together for the past 10 years. Forsaken, the Witch Queen, and the Taken King, these are the standard bearers we aim to live up to. We are intensely focused on exceeding your expectations for the Final Shape. Destiny 2 has more than 650 dedicated teammates pouring all their energy and expertise into delivering this epic moment and its subsequent episodes. In the weeks ahead, you'll be hearing more from us about what's next on the short-term horizon, beginning with our next season in late November. Afterwards, we'll begin to unpack our team's bigger, bolder, and brighter vision for the Final Shape, as well as the bridge we plan to build to take us out of this darkness and into the light. See you, Starside, the Destiny 2 dev team. Okay, so I woke up this morning deciding I was rather gonna do one of two things. I was rather just going to make a video talking about all the layoffs and then all whatever that's been happening this week, or I wait until the TWID comes out and then I make a video. So of course I went with the latter, and this is not what I was expecting. I'm gonna be honest. I was not expecting this, mainly because I was expecting something a little longer, but you know, that isn't going to happen, so I'll take what I can get. So pretty much, to put this all in short terms, and in, you know, if you read the title or the thumbnail for the video, this is a giant just trust me bro. Okay, of course I've already read all this through, so that's why I already know what I was gonna name the title and the video and whatever, which is ironic because in their giant trust me bro statement, they literally have, we know we have lost a lot of your trust, which unfortunately is very true. Lightfall was a bust, kind of unfortunate. A lot of great quality of life changes. However, that's kind of where it stopped. The seasons, no matter how they tried to change them, didn't really feel any different, which didn't lead to the direction they wanted to, which was getting out of this slump of repetitiveness, which of course we do have one more season, which is season 23 that's coming out in November, which is, I'm assuming, is pretty much completely done. And so they're not going to fix any of the terrible problems that the other seasons have had in this one, because it's not even a month away. Of course, we have the first paragraph, which is pretty much talking about what happened on Monday, and I think Tuesday as well. It's heartbreaking to see all of the incredible talents that were lost in just those 2 days. Next up, we have the second paragraph. Now, this one is pretty much just like, yeah, Lightfall was horrible, and we know you guys didn't like it. And then we had Final Shape. Now, Final Shape, this is addressing the reveal stream, which personally I was extremely excited for. I was excited for the reveal stream, and then I watched the reveal stream, and I was like, this is incredible. I'm so excited for Final Shape. Of course, did I feel that way about Lightfall as well? I did. And look how that turned out. They see that our opinions on Lightfall and the seasons around it were kind of a bust. We're not happy with the seasons because they're boring and repetitive. In Lightfall, the story was horrendous because it was pretty much a Strand tutorial for 8 hours that I had to do 3 times. So that was riveting. Hopefully, and I know that Final Shape guarantee will not be that, because we're not getting a new subclass. We're just getting some extra supers. And since they're pushing it back to, you know, refine it, I really hope that means we'll get even more. I don't know, maybe that's cope, maybe it's not. I don't know. It is cope. I don't think they'll give us anything new. Anyway, nonetheless, of course, this is where we know we've lost a lot of trust. They have, which is unfortunate, because I don't want that to be the case. I want to trust this company. I love this game, and I want to keep playing it, and I want to support the company that makes it, but it's hard when we get things like Lightfall, and when we get things like Season of Defiance, or we could even go back to something like Plunder if you want to. I'm not saying that, and even Deep. I know people, I don't know what people's sentiment on Deep was. I personally was not a big fan of Deep, mainly because I don't like underwater, but that's a personal thing. I don't like underwater. That's why I don't like Ghost of the Deep either. I think it's like probably my least favorite dungeon, but that's because I don't like underwater stuff. That's just not for me. I'm sure there are some people who love the underwater missions in Mario because they are stupid, and so maybe they really like Ghost of the Deep. I want to trust them. I really do. I really do. And that's pretty much what this article is just trust me. Which is where we get into the next ones. The next 3 paragraphs this is the trust me bro part. And so this is the big one. This is the big one. We need to make the final shape an unforgettable Destiny experience, which is completely true, by the way. They do need to make it an unforgettable Destiny experience for a couple of reasons. One, they need to make up for the mistake that was Lightfall, and 2, because this is the end. This is the end of the whole point of the reason we're playing this game story-wise. And so this does need to be an unforgettable experience. And then the second part of it is the part that initially I completely just like I didn't read it properly, I guess, because I can't read. And then I went and watched Azcross's video on it, and he made he put emphasis on it that I skipped over last time. So Forsaken, the Witch Queen, the Taken King, these are the standard bearers we aim to live up to. So when I read that, I was just like, you know what, yeah, those I didn't take that in properly. Last year, it was all about how Forsaken was a fumble because it was over delivery and it was something they could never achieve again, and so they were displeased with it. Now they've stepped back from that, and they're now saying that this is what should be the norm. Forsaken should be the norm of the type of content they make, along with the Witch Queen and the Taken King, which are all expansions I've played. They were all great expansions. I'm more of a Rise of Iron fan than Taken King. I loved Taken King, but Rise of Iron, it had wolves, it had snow, it had flaming axes, it had Lady Aphrodite, and then after that they kind of just like put, you know, evidence behind the trust me bro, saying that this is the team they have and whatever. And then you have the final one, which is honestly kind of what I am happy to hear, because it's kind of what I expected this to be. And that is pretty much, hey, we know that this itself is not enough, and you guys will be getting more, and we are not going radio silent. We are continuing to release updates to you guys on how things are going in the short term and the long term. And so, of course, it's not like this is new. They usually always give us not trailers, but, you know, information on what the next season will be about a month before it actually comes out, or at least during the month that it's out. Even though they're telling us information that they do normally, all this really means is that they aren't just gonna back away and stay silent and then just release the game. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna continue to be open with us, which is what I do like to hear. That is great. So now we get to the Cope Trust thing. They talk about how they bring up Forsaken and the Witch Queen and the Taken King. Their main reason Forsaken was what it is not only the content that it had, but the state of the game that it allowed recovery from. The reason that I want to assume that the final shape is going to be very good is because it kind of has to. I mean, you look at Forsaken, you look at how they described Forsaken. Forsaken literally had to be the best expansion. It had to be, or else the game would have died. And I believe that the final shape is in the same position, especially since it's being delayed. It is going to be rough for the extended months that we're not supposed to be in Season 23. It is going to be rough. And so final shape is going to have to be incredible. And so I think it will, because it has to. That's all I really have to say on my own part. I'd love to hear you guys' own opinions in the comments. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to see more of my content, you subscribe. I'm JSoul, and I'll see you guys in the next one.